I'm Dan Covington. I'm an estate planning attorney at a firm in Lawrence, Kansas. I help you take care of your assets during your life so that they can take care of you and you can pass them on well after you pass away. How can you take care of your kids in your estate plan? We're going to talk about a few different facets of this, but first let's talk about a reality that sometimes, horribly enough, parents of minor children pass away. It's best if you've thought about who may care for them. Of course, it's a horrible thing to consider, but the surviving minors in a situation like that need a guardian and conservator to be legally appointed for their care. The guardian cares for the person and the health of the minor. The conservator cares for the finance and assets. The same person can serve in both capacities, of course, but it's technically two different appointments. Kansas court is to give priority to nominations of the natural guardian for the minors, so you can take care of this easily in your estate plan, but if you don't, then the court may look to family or other interested person in making these important selections, and of course we all want to be the person who would make this decision, not leave it to a court or even family to decide for us. Secondly, you can provide assets for the support of the minors while they're young. You can set aside funds in trust to provide for their care while they're minor age, and your nominee for conservator can be entrusted to spend those assets on behalf of the children for health, welfare, maintenance, and support. All the things that their life involves. In other words, you may be in a situation where you're asking that someone take care of your children so long as they are minors, and providing funds to support that effort obviously goes hand in hand with that. You can also set aside funds in your estate plan for education. Many people decide to allocate funds to support education after high school for their children or for their grandchildren or both. In a trust, we can set aside funds so that the trust distributes, for example, to satisfy the need that other scholarships or financial aid may not fill. And if you like, the trust can even do that, but limit this to a certain maximum dollar amount, how much can be distributed to that child in total or per school year from that fund. Finally, you can provide in a trust, for instance, that distributions may be trickled out. And by this, I just mean not paid all in a lump sum, but paid over maybe a few years. Trickling out distributions can help them provide them income over time for your beneficiaries, and it can also minimize some tax consequences. I've written a lot of trusts where people designate that distributions to the children go partially at maybe, for example, age 22, another percentage at age 26, and maybe the remainder at age 30. People pick a variety of ages for this, but the idea is that your child doesn't receive an additional, say, $50,000 all in 1 year, but instead they receive those assets and maybe interest over the course of 3 distributions in different years. It spreads out some income for them. Maybe it gives them less of an income tax hit. Your trust can also provide that distributions coming originally from an IRA are spread out a bit. Same logic applies. Your trust distributes to beneficiary in installments over a few years. This spreads out the income to the beneficiary and may allow the assets to earn interest or dividends during that distribution period. So how can you take care of your kids in your estate plan? It's really not that difficult, but you have to begin if you're going to take care of it. You can't, talking about it doesn't get it done. And when it comes to your kids, after all, who really is more important in your life? Again, I'm Dan Covington. You can always reach me at estateplankansas.com. Let me know if I can help you out. Thank you.